Savory back with another video. Today we got invited by Max Van Auken to come tour the office. He's gonna show us some few things. We're gonna ask him a couple questions. We're gonna learn. We're gonna learn how to become a better entrepreneur. We're gonna learn about his journey, basically on how he became who he is today. And if you don't know who he is, this is his page. Y'all go follow. He be throwing out gems for the free. So just lock in.
This is my film room right here. So
We behind the scenes, huh?
not for real. So that when I do the shows with Ryan Hollins and B Wood, this room right here. So set up in the green screen if you want to do interviews or like people who take. I'll tell you about PFE, but when they want to get better at presentation and speaking,
Right.
right in here. It's the key to everything. If you can speak well, you can do anything you want. Literally. Then you got here is where the deals get made. This is where content gets produced. You've seen some of my interviews for Hemi or PFE. It's in the boardroom. So we teach here, but then interview billionaires in this room, NBA players in this room. This is like where it happens. That make big things happen. There's no logos here for a reason. There's no symbols here for a reason. It's about your mind, not a brand, not a company. Then we got right here, grow beyond expectations. Everything's mindset. You're gonna see a theme. So this is the main room. We call it the growth room. Always trying to grow up. And then we got to shout out my guy right here. So you got Mr. Lohman. He passed away. This is my dear mentor. But he owned the most private funeral homes in the state of Florida. And so he became a real mentor of mine, multi-millionaire, like business mogul. He taught me so much. Definitely recommend this book. And Nancy, his wife, she's awesome. So
Where can everybody get it from?
honestly, that's a good question. Probably on Amazon. He gave me the book and signed it. This isn't the signed one, but he recently just passed. You'll see his funeral homes all in Daytona. That's him. So Amazon, though, I'm sure is on there. And then now look, we got PFE merch now too. This is the business we created. Passion for excellence, bro. Everything you do, you gotta be excellent.
Tell them a little bit about PFE.
If you're trying to be successful, if you want to be happy, man, look, there's so much I could talk about it. But at the end of the day, trying to help people reach their full potential. Like you have to be passionate to want to be great. Anything you do, like whether you want to be an athlete, entrepreneur, teacher, friend, you gotta be passionate about it. You can't go in half in. So we created a company to help people reach their full potential, like really help them in life, not just to make money, but like to be happy, to live with a purpose. So it's my passion, man. I'm gonna tell you a lot about it too. Like sports is how I made it, but they got way bigger than that now. So now you got Keegan and Chris Murray went here. Kenyon's been on the podcast. Their dad, super dope dude, like awesome dude. They're building something incredible. My mentor, Pops, the business mogul. This is his office. He's out of town right now. Mike P. That's my guy. And then this is more of the operation right here.
See the little Carter jersey over there?
It's cold, isn't it? Everything in here, you got the good merch. Everything in here has a purpose, though. Absolutely everything. So this PFE, it's obviously the business. That's the brand. This is what's going to change the world right here, I promise you. And then obviously you got me covering the NBA, my media, more passion for excellence right there. You got the podcast. So my girl and her family, so amazing.
Oh no, that's tough.
Yeah, they gave me the Hemi podcast. And now this is very special. So basketball athlete changed my life.
Right.
But the way I fell in love with the game of basketball, Vince Carter camp, middle school, signed my jersey. I've interviewed him too since then, but that's where it all started for me. And then this was my Fox Sports internship in LA. You got LaShawn McCoy, Colin Coward, Shannon Sharp, the way I was able to connect with them out there through there. And now this, not just the basketball, bro. Remember when, I don't know if you remember me working at Nike, but
yeah, I do.
Before I left to LA, everyone was like, oh, once you go out to LA, you're not coming back.
Right.
So they threw me a huge dinner. They prayed around me. Everyone I love came to that dinner, signed the ball. And it just kind of reminds me why I do what I do. Like, I want to take care of everyone I love. So whenever I have hard days, whenever I'm like, man, what am I doing? I look at that and remember my why. So everything's got some symbolism in here. And then the office, I haven't even announced this, bro. We're in development right now. About to launch something very special. So you got the PFE box. I'll give you one. So then like you got the regular operations of the academy here, and the women just won a national championship. So
what sport?
basketball. Yeah. So then you come in here. I'll break down a little bit more when we sit down and just chop it up.
Right.
But you got some of our, I don't know if he's in here right now. Nope, that's my guy though, Marcelo. He helps with PFE. And this was going to be a private jet studio, like a podcast studio.
Yeah.
But it switched up. But a lot of kids, they practice recording in here and everything. Podcasting, that's how it all happens. So, and then you got the second conference room, a little bit more immersive, more casual, chill. My boy Daryl's probably not in the office. Josh is in the UK right now, so he's not here, but this is his office. We're making stuff happen in here. So we got the jerseys. Those are some NBA players that we've worked with. Got the Murray twins over there. So yeah, it's pretty dope. And then we come back into this growth room. This is pretty cool. So it's all about not just how you make your money, you got to understand the money. Financial literacy room. Mike started on trading and selling stocks. So that's why that was just dedicated to him. So, but yeah, bro, this is where it happens. And then gym is right down there, but full circle. But I'll tell you a little bit about PFE. PFE was, okay, you knew I started my podcast. I was interviewing athletes, had my internship. I had a radio show in Atlanta. So I had this radio show in Atlanta. It's the biggest radio station in Atlanta. It was 92.9 The Game.
All right.
And so I'm about to go on a little rant for you. So
go ahead.
Yeah. So I go and I'm working overnight shifts. I'm working on the weekends. And then my second job is working at the Lenox store, the Nike store in Lenox.
Yeah.
So, bro, I was averaging like 4 hours of sleep at most a night, probably like more like 3.5.
Right.
And I was
Overtime.
and I was staying with Polo's family at the time, and she, Ansanya, who was like my family, she was like, "You gotta stop. Like, this is not healthy for you." But on the weekends, I was waking up at like 4 in the morning, so I'm producing these shows. But I go up to the main guy, and I was like, "Listen, I want to have my own show." And at first, all the people there were kind of laughing. They're like, "You don't get your own show until a couple of years." I'm like,
right.
I did things out of order. My podcast, interviewing LeBron, all these things. I had relationships that wasn't just starting off at a radio station. So I was like, okay, I'll tell you what. You usually have to have a producer on the other side of the glass, and then you're on the other side, like talking.
Right.
I was like, I'll produce my own show. So I'll run the commercials. I'll run the audio while I'm talking.
Right. Some people don't understand like the amount of effort it takes to start up everything that you want to do. Because people don't be in the same like mindset as you.
No.
So what drove you to keep going, no matter what happened?
Yeah, just in radio or just in general?
In general.
I want to make it. Like I want to take care of everyone I love.
Right.
And so, but here's where things changed. So I was like, okay, I can work at this radio station, $10 an hour, flat tire away from being done for.
Right.
Or I can go bet on myself. I'm just gonna do it on my own. So I bet on myself. I moved back to Florida, stay with my, Robert. I call him Polo. So I stayed with Polo while he's working at NASA, and he was in Titusville. Bro, I was substitute teaching during the day, covering the Magic games by night.
Right.
So everyone's like, "Dang, you're interviewing LeBron," but bro, I'm substitute teaching during the day. So I was like, "This is not working." So everyone's like, "You got to meet Mike. You got to meet Mike." I'm like, "Who is this Mike dude?" So I'm like, "Okay." So me and Colin Sexton are real close. So we're like, that's my guy. So I was texting him like, "Hey, I want to do a podcast up in Utah." At the time, he was on the Jazz.
Right.
And he was like, "Okay, bet." So my podcast, I've interviewed a lot of athletes before, so this wasn't like something groundbreaking, but it's a cool opportunity.
Right.
Bro, I had no money to my name. So Mike, first time I ever met him, he just saw I was ambitious, I was bold, I was hungry. He said, "I'll write you a check for $1,000 today." I was like, "You just met me. What?" He's like, "Go interview Colin Sexton." Interviewed Colin Sexton, killed it, came back, and I was like, "Well, let me show you where that money went to." Ever since then, he took me under his wing. He could tell I was hungry, so then I learned business, and that's when everything changed. So now I'm like, okay, I love sports, I love business, but bro, more than anything, like I'm obsessed with the mentality of being successful. Like way bigger than sports. Like forget about basketball, forget about football, MMA. Like I love like connecting with people.
Right.
So I'm like, okay, what can I do that is a mix of broadcasting, talking, people, but yet business? And then that's when Mike, Josh, and I created something called Passion for Excellence, PFE.
Right.
And so now we're tapping into colleges. We're creating an online program. So it's not just meant for kids, like helping everyone
Exactly.
on
Yeah.
how to reach their full potential. And it's mixing, you saw it at the
Yeah,
event.
I did.
So it's
yeah.
mixing presentation, it's mixing broadcasting, the podcast, from interviewing billionaires. Hey, how did you make it? Like, what made you successful? So now people our age, bro, there's no one young doing that.
Right.
Like no one's really talking about it. These people are like 60 years old that are trying to spit game or are spitting game. So what if there was someone younger who's around the older people, but yet can connect with the younger audience? And that's what I'm trying to do with PFE. So
Right.
now I can take these younger people and get them to understand what I'm learning from these people.
Basically, what people don't understand is you got to keep going until you run into the right person. So you go get a lot of no's throughout the way. So it'll be that one yes that changes everything for you. And for you, that was Mike.
Yeah, but I got a rebuttal to that. I don't think it's the right person you run into. I think you're the right person.
Right.
Like,
good answer.
Yeah, Mike changed my life, but Mike wouldn't have invested in me if I wasn't already invested in myself. And so like it's really you. And that's what's kind of crazy. Everyone thinks it's like this external thing, or it's this job, or it's this check, or it's this viral clip. Bro, it's none of that. Like what it actually is you. Like, the more valuable you make yourself, people gravitate towards you. Like,
Swear.
and then people want to do business with you. People are like, it's not just about how cool you are. Like that's not what it is. It's like how certain you are of yourself and like really working on yourself, like mentally, physically. Everything else comes after that.
Right.
Because think about it. If you're a product of just any opportunity, so that means every time something goes wrong, you're down. Every time something goes right, you're up. So now you're a product of what's around you. So you're going to be a roller coaster.
Right.
You can't be like, you'll be like the weather. You'll change constantly. But if you are so certain with yourself, it doesn't matter what offer you get that's millions of dollars. You could be dead broke, but you're happy, because you can find people who are happy who are broke, and you can find people who are miserable who are very wealthy.
Like, and that meeting that you invited me to, it was this one person I talked to. I forgot his name, but I asked him what would he tell me to do to be a better entrepreneur, and he kept saying better yourself, and it started clicking because I started going to the gym, working out, trying to lose weight and stuff, and then it seemed like after that everything started like falling into place more. So I was getting more opportunities. So yeah, I definitely understand what he meant by basically better yourself.
And you're feeling it.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? But one knows crazy. So like you're creating content now, and you're gonna get people who are like, man, that's stupid.
Right. Yeah.
What are you doing? What are you wasting your time for? And that's why what I was saying is like, it's your vision though.
Exactly.
You seen the Michael movie yet?
Yeah, I've seen it. You want to know something crazy? Michael Jackson was always like my favorite artist of all time.
He's the GOAT.
Favorite artist.
But you see how like, okay, imagine, even though he was famous at a young age, imagine if someone went to you, or you went to somebody. Like imagine you could tell the future, and you went to someone and you're like, hey, this little kid is going to be the greatest of all time. He's going to sell the greatest album ever.
Right.
How many people would actually have believed that? Bro,
Nobody's
like,
crazy.
come on, bro, you're crazy. You're talking about the whole world, this is going to be the guy.
Right.
Bro, but like it happens. And so that's what I think I'm obsessed with, is like, no one is going to see it until like it happens, and then all of a sudden you're a genius.
Right.
And that's what Kanye used to say. He's like, crazy or genius. He's like, I'm called crazy, and then when it happens, all of a sudden I'm a genius.
Exactly.
And he's like, so when people, that's why I think content is so interesting, because you can post it and it can get 0 views, 0 likes, and people think it's dumb. But then once you make it, people think you
could post the same exact thing.
Man, this is so inspirational. Exactly. That's why you can't live for that stuff.
Right.
But you found what you like, you found what you enjoy, you found something that you're sticking with, and then now look, you're better in yourself, you feel happier, you're healthier.
Right.
That's how everything happens, bro.
Definitely. So I'm not good at, remembering the questions and stuff, so I wrote it down. So basically, you already told me what inspired you to do a podcast and everything, your why factor. But what was the biggest challenge you faced in that process?
I wouldn't say you're not good at anything, by the way. You can get better at it.
Yeah, you're right.
I'm telling you, bro, that self-talk, it sounds so crazy, I promise you, but if you research like Michael Phelps, Michael Jordan, the Michael movie, what was he saying before he started recording? He's like, I'm going to be the greatest.
Yeah, he's
like, I am confident. I am strong. Bro, what you tell yourself is really what you become.
Yeah,
like,
I've been watching.
Promise you.
I've been watching a lot of things, and they do say words are very powerful.
Bro, your thoughts literally become your feelings.
Right.
So if you walk around saying, man, I'm not good at this, of course you're not going to be good at it. But if you say, I'm the best at this.
Right.
Like, bro, You have no choice but to treat me like that because I believe I'm the best. And it's not like a cocky thing. It's just who's going to believe in you unless I'm not trying to get too preachy, but I'm telling you, it goes a long way. So your question was, though, what was the biggest obstacle?
Yeah, what was the biggest one? Just one. You don't have to name it.
Bro, I failed so many times. I would probably say the biggest obstacle where I was like heartbroken was the Fox Sports internship. I was supposed to have a job at Fox Sports.
Right.
I killed it. Like I'm telling you, like I outworked everybody there. I can say that very confidently. I was the first one there. I was taking the public transportation. I was the latest one there. I formed relationships with the talent. I was doing podcasts, but I was exposed to the business and politics side of the world in Hollywood. And funny business happened, and I got sent. I didn't get the job.
Right.
And I was like so distraught. And one of the producers came to me and said, you know what? I promise you this is going to be the best thing that ever happened to you. Because if you were to have stayed here, you may have been put into a box where you're just a producer. But now by you getting out of here and like learning yourself and also developing who you are, they'll have no choice but to look at you for who you are instead of just putting you in a box. But in that moment, bro,
a lot of people need to hear that because you went through that. You thought you had it in the bag, and then something happened where it changed it. But you kept going. Some people face that and they just stop because they feel like everything is out the window now. So that was a good. So you're in NBA media, right? You know how every athlete, most athletes, I'm not gonna say every athlete, they have a routine that they do to prepare for the game and everything like that. Do you have a routine that you do before you do your podcast like that?
Bro, that's a really good question. I don't. Yeah, I don't.
You just go out there?
Bro, I think I learned this from basketball. I remember when I used to listen to like a certain playlist and then I used to get really hyped. It's almost like I made the moment too serious.
Right.
And then like I was overthinking everything rather than like if you and I go shoot right now. You know what I mean? Like
it's just
you
calm,
feel
you feel
calm. So like for an interview, like I prepare like nonstop on like there's two types of interviews. There's the post-game interviews and I don't have anything prepared because I just want to see the game and then I'll just think about it.
Go off of what the
but a podcast, like when I interviewed like billionaires, I know everything about them. And so I don't need to do anything to like, my normal routine is wake up, pray, make my bed, work out. That if you want to count that a routine, then yes. But like anything in particular before the interview, no. I know who I am.
That makes sense because it do like build up more of a pressure when you start like trying to prepare for it even more.
Yeah.
But if you go in there confident, you already cool. You don't be overthinking stuff. So that means
because like what can happen? Like what can happen?
Really nothing. It's either you're gonna do it right or something gonna happen. You can't change that.
Yeah.
So in the moment, you just gotta do you.
And I don't like at the event. And let's just say I completely fold. Life goes on. Like I learned. So then now, okay, that folded. Why did it fold? And like an athlete, okay, why did I have a bad game? Like, can you not go left? Like, do you struggle around the rim? Can you not shoot? Like, you just analyze it. Basically. Yeah. So like, okay, why did I mess up? Okay, well maybe I didn't do enough research. Maybe I didn't do, and you just break it down. But like stressing over things, get you nowhere. Yeah, nowhere.
That's like with life in general. Because say you have a bill coming up or something like that, and you have to take care of that bill, but then you have something else that come up. You have to take care of that too. Stressing don't do nothing for you. You gotta do whatever you gotta do to be able to take care of this and this. Stressing about it, it's not gonna take no action to.
But it won't affect it either way.
Right.
Stressing about it's not gonna solve it.
Now, where do you see yourself in the next 5 years?
I like that question. Where do I see myself in the next 5 years? In a position to impact millions of people. I want to help as many people as I possibly can. And through that, I see myself married. I see myself in a position where I'm able to take care of my family, where they don't have to worry about the next bill. They're set. I see myself being able to inspire a lot of people where they can become the best version of themselves. And I want this to become the company that we're growing. I want Josh and I to build a global brand. So like we can go to the UK, we can go to Africa, we can go to Italy, we can go to Paris because it's a universal language. Everyone wants to be successful. And then sell out stadiums and talk to as many people as possible.
See, I like that answer so much because what I noticed is you are like you put yourself after everybody else. I like to make sure I want to basically when I make it,
Mm-hmm.
I want to be able to make a change in life
Mm-hmm.
because they build so much stuff out here, but there's still so many homeless people on the road. So I want to make a difference. Like I want to build stuff for people that need it actually,
Mm-hmm.
people that don't have the resources. I want to help them out.
Yeah, that's what it's all about. I got a cool analogy for you real quick. So I interviewed a really close mentor of mine. He was an Army general. His name is Ernie Aldino. I'll never forget this. He has the largest military broadcast in the whole country. Bro, he's had a bounty on his head. He's fought overseas. He's like, but so calm and so nice. And I'm like, Ernie, man, like what? I don't like teach me something. Like, why? How are you so calm? Like, I want to be so successful. And he said, you want to know what drives people the most? Check this out. And I'll ask you this: if I can give you, you become the president tomorrow, you have the most power out of anybody, but you die tomorrow, would you take it?
No.
Okay. If I can give you $1 billion tomorrow, but you die the next day, would you take it?
No.
Okay. But who would you say you love most in this world?
My daughter.
Okay, so your daughter.
Yeah.
Say, God forbid, your daughter's in the road, you have to push her out, but you're gonna get hit by the car and die. Would you do it?
Yes.
So the most powerful thing in this world is serving the ones you love.
Exactly.
That's the most powerful thing. It's not money, it's not power, it's helping people. Exactly. And helping the ones you love. And then when that's your purpose, like, bro, there's nothing like what.
One of the biggest whys.
Bro, what's gonna stop you? Like you're tired. Is your feeling of tired greater than wanting to help your daughter? No. So like when your why is so strong, it's like that's powerful.
If you could be any animal in the world, what animal would you be?
If I could be any animal in the world, what animal would I be and why? I got like two answers. I would be either a wolf or I'd be an orca. Now the orca is not necessarily like a fun one, but no one's hunting the orca. Yeah, it's like super smart. And it's physically there's no one imposing its will on it, and then it travels and it has a family, and it can be in the water obviously. But then a wolf, oh, you could be a lone wolf where you survive on your own, but you also do really well in a pack.
Right. I would probably say for me, I would say either a monkey or a dolphin.
Why dolphin?
The dolphins are very intelligent. People are not able to do water births right now because they can do stuff to the body that nobody knows.
Okay.
So I found that out, and I thought that was like very
dope.
Yeah.
All right, that's
cool
reason.
to do. And a monkey is because they're also smart. They can learn. They're more like humans, and I feel like that's just like that. What's the hardest part about being an entrepreneur?
What's the hardest part about being an entrepreneur is I would say the pressure you put on yourself. And I don't like using the pressure word, but because pressure makes diamonds or burst pipes. And I know I'm going to be a diamond, but when you have like a standard that you set for yourself, it's almost like you speak a different language.
Right.
It's like to other people, you may express how bad you want it, and then they're like, "Oh, okay, that's cool," but like the weight of it that you feel is different because like you really care. Like no one's gonna care about your dreams as much as you, and so when you're an entrepreneur, it's like you want it to work so bad, and so like you really care about it. This is your vision. This is your life. You're all in on it. So like there's constant like thinking about it, and the truth is you don't know what's always going to happen.
Right. You can't change the future. Right. So I got one more question.
Yeah.
So you do sports media and everything like that. What's your starting five?
All time? Bro, come on, you know that's easy. So, number 1, Steph Curry. 2, Jordan. 3, Braun. 4, I'm actually go KD. And then 5, I'm gonna go Shaq. Now, I think Wemby could make the 5, but I like my 4 because I stretch the floor like crazy, and then I have a lot of dominance in the paint, and then I have a bunch of two-way players, and I have facilitators. I don't see anyone beating that.
My starting 5 is the exact same except for the 4.
You have Tim Duncan?
Definitely have Tim Duncan.
I used to have Tim Duncan, but if you have Tim Duncan, does Tim Duncan, Shaq, and Braun mesh as well. Because Bron's not a perimeter shooter really. Tim Duncan's not a perimeter shooter, and then Shaq, damn sure not a perimeter shooter. He's in the paint. So I feel like I put KD not because he's better than Tim Duncan all time. It's just
It's a mesh better.
And he's not a liability defensively. He's
Right.
7 feet and he can shoot.
Yeah, definitely.
Crazy.
The only other thing is I hated saying Jordan because my favorite player. So we know, well, me personally, I think Jordan is best all time. But my favorite player in the NBA was D-Wade, Dwayne Wade. That was my favorite player. I always got to put Jordan because it's just.
Why is D-Wade your favorite? Just the way he played?
Yeah, I just like his game.
You feel like you play like Wade?
Do you feel like I play like Wade?
Nah, you play like. Last time I seen you play was at Atlantic at that game. I would say you play like D'Angelo Russell.
I can see that too.
Because I think now, you're not lefty though, right?
No,
you're righty. Yeah. You're smooth. You have a quick first step, but like you don't rely on speed. You rely on skill. You use your body to finish. And if you watch D-Lo play, like, because if I remember correctly, watching you play, like the way that you curl around the pick and roll, and that you're able to create space with the step back, that's what D-Lo did, bro. Yeah, especially like prime D-Lo, not D-Lo like now. I'm talking about D-Lo in his prime he was nasty.
I say I changed my game because at first in high school, I wasn't like, I was using my body and stuff, but I wasn't as aggressive that I could have been. I could have probably scored more than I was scoring in high school if I would have just been more aggressive. But my uncle that passed, he passed away when I was in college. This is the reason I came back from college. My cousin passed away. I used to live with her and all that stuff. We used to do everything together. She passed away. She actually tatted on my neck. But she passed away 2 days before my birthday. And I was supposed to see her the year before, but I wasn't able to because I was gone. And once I found that out, I shut down a little bit. Then my uncle that basically taught me how to be more aggressive and basically helped me out, get better as a player, he passed away too. So I had to come back and help my family. So I always look out for my family.
That's like amazing, man.
That's like my first.
That's everything.
Yeah. So I had to come back, and I've been helping out since. And
that's
now,
dope.
Yeah.
So what's your vision for what you're doing here? Your goals, your dreams? What's your vision?
So I really just like doing content. It's not. I want to become like one of the biggest content creators, but I also want to I want to build a organization. I don't want to just do one thing. I want to put my foot in a little bit of everything. So I want to get into real estate. I'm already in insurance, like State Farm Insurance. So I'm learning about different things you need in life, and start youth organizations like say basketball clubs and all that stuff. I want to start that for summers because if they in sports and active, they won't follow what they hear because it's a lot of bad things going around right now. It's a lot of music that they listen to and they just follow whatever they hear. So I want to basically make the change. I want to make change for them because the way I grew up, I don't want nobody to grow up. We was homeless at points. I was washing up in the gas station, going to school in the same clothes and all that stuff. So we had to figure out a way. My mom, she's like great. She gave us whatever we needed, but she couldn't give us everything. Like she just had to do what she can do, and it's just so much. I could go down a whole loophole about my life. I wasn't even supposed to be born. Doctors said I wasn't gonna be able to walk and all that stuff. So I'm like blessed to be able to do whatever I'm doing. So I'm just taking advantage of everything.
That's amazing, bro. I see that you're getting all this content stuff. So I was like, oh, for sure. I'm glad that you attended the event. You made the most of it. Anything I could do to help, bro, I appreciate it. It feels nice being on this side. Normally, I'm always asking the questions. So it's dope. But,
that's what I was thinking that. Cause I was like, dang, he normally asking the questions too. It's gonna be different.
Yeah, it's cool. We're gonna be switching a lot of stuff up too, especially like in this like actually today. So just figured out how we're gonna be doing something. So probably like a week. There's gonna be a whole new rollout of stuff. Super excited. Yeah, it's hard though because like you play basketball, people know you as a basketball player.
Right.
So when you have to try to tell them something different that you do, it's almost like not changing your brand, but allowing them to know that you're more than just that.
Exactly. Yeah.
And so for me, it was basketball. I used to box, and then it was basketball, and then it was podcasting, and then it was covering the NBA. So then telling people that entrepreneur, that's not how they originally thought of me. was just
Right.
entrepreneur. It's like, well, why aren't you just covering the NBA? It's like there's a certain ceiling that comes with
Yeah.
just being a reporter.
And then people don't understand that's another another portion of audience that you can open up, because if you're doing basketball, you get mostly, you don't have nobody that doesn't watch basketball watching you.
Yeah.
So mostly basketball watcher, like content watchers, are going to be watching you. But as soon as you switch over to this, you're gonna have another audience. You're gonna have different people.
You see it.
Yeah,
You
you're
see
gonna
it.
bring people in.
At that event, how many of those people would have been able to give you their all-time starting five? Not too many people.
I can
But
name about 5.
yeah,
That's
but
it.
like everyone there though is trying to be successful
Exactly.
in their own way. Like to you, it may be taking care of your family.
Right.
To someone else, it may be being a good mom. Like to someone else, it may be being a millionaire. Some people have monetary value. Some people there's no, everyone's version of success is different. But
Exactly.
there's a lot of patterns and commonalities to get there,
Mhm.
whatever that is.